Student, in last topic we discussed about the chemical structure of DNA, that is nitrogenous base, components of nitrogenous base. Today we will discuss the ultrastructure of DNA and how Watson and Crick model, that is the DNA. So that DNA, as you know, DNA is a genetic material and it is found in almost all living organism as a genetic material except some viruses. In case of some viruses, their genetic material is RNA. So let's start DNA. DNA हमारा दो फॉर्म में पाया जाता है, linear form and second is the circular DNA. Linear DNA and second one is circular DNA. Linear, as the name it is indicating that it is linear. It having two free ends. One is this, another one is this. So this is the linear DNA, and this DNA don't have join and it is linearly. It is found in eukaryotic cell. It is found in eukaryotic cell. Second one is circular DNA, circular, as a name it is indicating that circular DNA. So this circular DNA, where it is found? Circular DNA is found in prokaryotic cellular organism. So linear DNA having free end, but circular DNA don't having free end. Both the end are joined together. This is the circular DNA. इनके अलावा जो हमारी DNA की फॉर्म होती हैं, their DNA is found in 5 form: aDNA, bDNA, cDNA, D and gDNA. Let's we discuss. The form of DNA forms. So there are 5 DNA forms: aDNA, second one is bDNA, cDNA, dDNA and gDNA. These are 5 forms of DNA: 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. These 4 types of DNA, these 4 forms of DNA are right-handed. And जो हम mostly जिसकी study करते हैं, that is, which form of DNA is that? That is the B form of DNA. aDNA right-handed, and it having one helix of aDNA having 11 base pairs. 11 base pairs. One helix of bDNA that having 10 base pairs. 10 base pairs. One helix of cDNA that having 9 base pairs. 9 base pairs. And dDNA helix having 8 base pairs. ध्यान रहे, ये एक ही हेलिक्स इतने बेस पेयर कंसिस्ट करता है, और हमारा जो gDNA है दैट हैविंग 12 बेस पेयर्स. These all 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. These 4 DNA having right-handed, and this gDNA, this is the left-handed. Okay, now we start the ultrastructure of DNA. In last video we discussed the components of DNA. It is made up of nitrogenous base, pentose sugar and phosphate group. As you know, pentose sugar and phosphate group form the backbone of the DNA, and the nitrogenous base that are present at the center of the DNA. So let's start. This is the DNA, and this is the double helical structure, and this was proposed by James Watson and Francis Crick. Francis Crick in 1958. So that this model is known as Watson and Crick model. This model is telling that the DNA is made up of three things: nitrogenous base, pentose sugar and phosphate group. This is the one helix. It is starting from here to here. This is one helix, and one helix of DNA having in bDNA having 10 base pairs. Okay, this is the one helix, and the length of one helix is 34 angstrom. The length of one helix is 34 angstrom in case of bDNA, and at the center there are nitrogenous base present, always A form pairing with the T. T means thymine, A means adenine, and guanine always pair with cytosine. There is the both strand, one is this and another one is this. Both these strands are complementary to each other and they showing anti-parallelity. We discuss later. So this is A and this is adenine will always form pair with thymine, guanine always pair with cytosine, and cytosine will always pair with guanine, and adenine will always pair with thymine. This is the central part of the DNA, Watson, according to Watson and Crick model, and it is showing that nitrogenous base are located at the center, and both the strands are joined together by hydrogen bond. This bond is hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bond. This hydrogen bond is 2 in number in case of adenine and thymine, and 3 in guanine and cytosine. In last section and last topic, I discussed with you that why there is 2 bond in case of adenine and thymine and why there is 3 bond in case of guanine and cytosine. Because adenine and thymine, chemically structure of adenine and thymine having 2 bonding sites, and in case of guanine and cytosine they having chemical structure. लास्ट वीडियो में हमने केमिकल स्ट्रक्चर इनका डिस्कस किया था, तो हमारे guanine और cytosine की बाइंडिंग साइट है. There are 3 binding sites. That's why there is 3 hydrogen bond present in between guanine and cytosine, and 2 hydrogen bond is present in adenine and thymine. Okay, let's start next. Adenine, one helix. This is one helix. One helix of bDNA. One helix of DNA having 10 base pairs, and its length is about 34 angstrom. You can also convert angstrom into nanometer. Okay, now the distance between these consecutive base pair, what is this distance according to Watson and Crick model? This distance is 3.4 angstrom. Let just look here. The distance between 2 consecutive base pair, nitrogenous base pair, is 3.4 angstrom, and the length of a helix, that is 34 angstrom. These all things are running into angstrom. You also convert into nanometer. So, and the diameter of the bDNA having, this is the 20 angstrom. So, you can say the bDNA, the form of bDNA is 20 angstrom wide. Okay. Now, this is adenine, this is guanine, both are purine. One purine, just look here, one purine always pair with one pyrimidine. One purine, one pyrimidine. Pyrimidine, purine. This is purine, this is pyrimidine. So that this is the basically form of DNA. Now as you know, there are another phosphate group as well as another component also, other 2 components of also present here. That is the pentose sugar and phosphate group. This is the adenine, adenine pair with thymine, guanine pair with cytosine, cytosine pair with guanine, thymine pair with adenine. This is the central part which is covered by nitrogenous base. And there is the other two parts. One is phosphate group and pentose sugar that is also present here. So sugar always present with sugar molecules will always present with the nitrogenous base here and also towards this side sugar, and this is phosphate group. This is another sugar, this is sugar, phosphate group, this is sugar and remaining phosphate group, and this is sugar. Connection of nitrogenous base to pentose sugar, and this bond which which is present in between both the strands of DNA, that bond is hydrogen bond. Then what about this bond, which is this bond which connect pentose sugar to nitrogenous base? What is this bond? This bond is N-glycosidic bond. Glycosidic bond. Hydrogen bond, we covered two type of bonds. One is hydrogen bond and another one is N-glycosidic bond. Hydrogen bond is present in between both of the complementary strand, and N-glycosidic bond is present between pentose sugar and nitrogenous base. This is pentose sugar and this is nitrogenous base. This is pentose sugar and this is nitrogenous base. So this pentose sugar and phosphate group, they form backbone of DNA. They form backbone of DNA. So which molecules form, which components form the backbone of DNA, then what answer you will give? Phosphate group and pentose sugar form the backbone of DNA. Now, which type of bond is this which is present in between pentose sugar and phosphate group? This is phosphoester bond. This is phosphoester bond. And when two nucleotides are attached together, then two consecutive nucleotides are attached, then they form phosphodiester bond. One phosphoester bond which is present in between only and only pentose sugar and phosphate group, that is known as phosphoester bond. And when two consecutive nucleotides, for example this, two consecutive nucleotides are attached together, then they form the phosphodiester bond. तो दो न्यूक्लियोटाइड के बीच में अगर बॉन्ड है तो वो हमारा कौन सा बॉन्ड होता है? That is the phosphodiester bond. Okay, so मैंने अभी आपको three types of bond बताए हैं. कौन कौन से bond बताए हैं? One is a hydrogen bond. In case of ultrastructure of DNA, there are three types of bond. Hydrogen bond, which is present in between the nitrogenous base. And second one is an glycosidic bond. This bond is present in nitrogenous base to sugar, pentose sugar. And third is phosphoester bond. This bond is present in between sugar and phosphate group. Okay. So this was a structure about the Watson and Crick, and in Watson and Crick model, that's why this is known as Watson and Crick model, and both Watson and Crick got Nobel Prize on this model. And they discuss very clearly. And yes, one thing also mentioned here that also should be mentioned by me, there is the double helical structure. When it form the double helix, then it form two grooves. One is the major groove and second one is minor groove. For example, this is major groove, major groove. This is major groove and this is the minor groove. Major groove and second one is minor groove. So what is a major groove and minor groove? Major groove which is deep inside and minor groove which is not deep. This is इतना deep है ये कि जब हम इसकी length को देखेंगे तो ये हमारा approximately 22 angstrom deep जाता है. और ये minor groove जो है हमारा minor groove, as a name it isn't it minor. Minor means it runs only 12 angstrom deeply, 12 angstrom. So this was the structure of DNA. DNA consisting three parts. One is it is a nucleic acid, so that it consisting three parts: nitrogenous base, pentose sugar, phosphate group. Pentose sugar are present at the pentose sugar and phosphate group are present at the side of the DNA. That's why it forms the backbone of DNA. And nitrogenous base, they are present at the central part of the DNA. Okay, I just hope you got it. And next we will discuss about Chargaff's rule. As you know that Irwin Chargaff, ये एक साइंटिस्ट थे और इन्होंने क्या बताया, इन्होंने ये बताया कि जैसा कि हम जानते हैं कि हमारे डीएनए में प्यूरिन और पायरामाइडिन दोनों पाए जाते हैं एट द सेंटर ऑफ द स्ट्रक्चर इन द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ डीएनए. तो चार्ग्स ने ये बताया था कि हमारा जो प्यूरिन है that always equal to pyrimidine. One purine, one pyrimidine. One purine, another pyrimidine. For example, adenine always pair with thymine, one single. Okay, and guanine always pair with cytosine. So that purine is always present with the always जो इनकी ratio होगी that will always pyrimidine. That will always equal to pyrimidine. For example, A plus G. What is A here? Here A is adenine. What is G here? G is guanine. So both these are adenine and guanine, both these are purine. And this always pair with thymine. This is thymine plus this is cytosine. The ratio of purine and pyrimidine is always 1. This is Chargaff's rule. There are many numericals which cover this topic that adenine दे दिया जाएगा, guanine दे दिया जाएगा, thiamine का नंबर दे दिया जाएगा और फिर आपसे पूछा जाएगा cytosine कितना है. So you can solve such numerical on the basis of this rule that is known as Chargaff's rule, and it is showing that purine is always present with the pyrimidine and their ratio will be 1. Okay. Now we come on next topic, and that is known as central dogma. Central dogma. Central dogma. What is this process? हमारी एक यूकैरियोटिक सेल होती है, यूकैरियोटिक सेल में न्यूक्लियस होता है एंड न्यूक्लियस के अंदर डीएनए होता है, लीनियर डीएनए, and this DNA is associated with a special protein and that protein is known as histone protein. Later we will discuss. First of all, I want to say that this linear DNA, what is the central dogma? This linear DNA undergoes into replication. This process is known as replication. रेप्लिकेशन प्रोसेस के थ्रू डीएनए अपनी नई कॉपी, अपनी जैसी नई कॉपी तैयार कर देता है एंड लेटर ऑन आफ्टर रेप्लिकेशन इट कन्वर्ट इनटू mRNA. It convert within the nucleus, mRNA. Okay, this conversion of DNA into mRNA is known as transcription. And this happens with the help of some enzyme, and that enzyme are known as transcriptase enzyme, ASE. जहाँ पे ASE दिखाई दे आपको, इसका मतलब क्या है? That is enzyme. So DNA, first of all, within the nucleus, DNA undergo replication and it form its own copy. और एक सेल में रेप्लिकेशन होता है एक ही बार, और ये रेप्लिकेशन सेल साइकिल के कौन से फेज में होता है? एस फेज में, इसीलिए इसको सिंथेटिक फेज भी कहा जाता है। रेप्लिकेशन हो जाता है डीएनए का विद इन द न्यूक्लियस एंड वो कन्वर्ट हो जाता है एमआरएनए में, एमआरएनए कन्वर्ट हो जाता है, लेटर ऑन एमआरएनए कन्वर्ट इनटू प्रोटीन। प्रोटीन न्यूक्लियस में नहीं बनता, न्यूक्लियस से हमारा mRNA बाहर आ जाता है into cytosol. Here the next steps occur of central dogma and this is the protein synthesis. So protein synthesis also happen with the help of some enzymes. This is the सेंट्रल डोग्मा। तो सेंट्रल डोग्मा क्या है? सेंट्रल डोग्मा was discovered by Francis Crick. Central dogma was discovered by Francis Crick, and according to Francis Crick, central dogma is a process through which finally protein synthesis take place. And this protein synthesis, from where it is synthesized? It is synthesized from the DNA. Where this DNA is present within the nucleus and it is associated with histone protein. But later on we will discuss about the histone protein. Replication happens in S phase of a cell cycle, during the cell cycle in a cell, and this replication, after replication there is a DNA convert into mRNA and the process is known as transcription. mRNA nucleus से बाहर आ जाता है and there is the formation of protein synthesis. Not only mRNA, there are और mRNA के साथ साथ rRNA भी हमारा होता है और tRNA भी हमारा होता है। तो ये तीनों मिलके प्रोटीन की सिंथेसिस करते हैं। इस प्रोसेस को हम बोलते हैं ट्रांसलेशन। एंड ट्रांसलेशन, remember this thing, transcription happens into the nucleoplasm and transcription happens here. It is conversion of DNA into mRNA and it take place into the nucleus, into nucleoplasm, and mRNA convert into protein synthesis with the help of rRNA, tRNA, and it happens into cytosol. This is the protein synthesis, and after protein synthesis again cell show growth, and growth के बाद फिर उसका फिर it is ready to divide, and this is known as central dogma. Okay, students, so ये आपका central dogma और आपका जो structure of DNA is finished, and in next topic we will discuss about packaging of DNA. अगर आपको कोई भी किसी भी टाइप की प्रॉब्लम हो तो आप कमेंट बॉक्स में जाके अपना कमेंट वहाँ पे आप अपनी प्रॉब्लम वहाँ पे शेयर कर सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट वीडियो में we will discuss about that problems. Thank you and have a nice day.